You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
One of the most fun, entertaining rap duos of all time.
That's right, Kid and Play.
What? Where are they?
What they call us now, grown and worked.
Right.
Goodness
I
gracious.
saw that in a viral thing
Right.
there and stuff.
Good morning, guys.
What's up? What's up,
morning.
y'all?
How y'all
Good
brothers
morning.
doing, man?
We made it.
Yeah, right. We
We've
came.
made
I
it.
came 3,000 miles, so y'all know.
Where you live at now?
I live in L.A.
Okay.
Just getting that money.
Me,
I've been
Florida.
left.
But you in North Carolina, right?
Nah, Florida.
Florida, okay.
Yeah.
Let's start from the beginning. Kid and Play, of course, you guys are from Queens. Rap group. How did you guys hook up? How did y'all get together?
We used to be. Now that's a good segue to. I want to make sure I shouted out Corona and the Hearsts in Queens.
Elmhurst and Corona, Queens.
Kid was originally from the Bronx, and he relocated to the Hearst.
Shout out your hood, man. You no matter how old you are, you gotta shout out your
Bronx
hood when you
High
go
School of
back.
Science.
Word, you go back to be like, you ain't shout out the hood when you was on the radio.
Right. Piece of Fat Joe. Piece of Fat Joe and his daughter that was doing the Kid and Play on Instagram.
Okay.
That was dope.
Relocated, or he located to to the Hearst, and I was already there. And to make a long story short, we were in two different rap crews. I used to be in a crew called the Turnout Brothers.
Right.
I used to be in a
Turnout
crew.
Brothers.
I used to
Turnout
be in-
Brothers.
Yeah, I used to be in a crew called the Super Lovers,
Right.
and with
We
that
used to
was
destroy
myself.
them all the time. That was
He's still
routinely.
dreaming.
And like dancing
But-
or rapping or
Yeah, rhyming.
Gotcha.
Rhyming. Yeah.
Yeah, please. But in my group was Herbie the Love Bug, and one thing led to another. As we grew up and parents started kicking their kids out of the house saying you had to get a job, we were the only two left standing.
Right.
And we had a group called Fresh Force. It was just he and I. We used to do cover joints like Run DMC had My Adidas. We had She's a Skeezer.
Okay.
You know, just trying to get on. You know what I'm saying? Trying to
Falco's
get on.
Rock Me Amadeus. We had Rock Me, and we also did what was the other one we did? It was another one we did. But anyway, one thing led to another. It was time to expand, time to grow. Herbie was looking for the next thing to do after the launch of Salt and Pepper, and we was at a party one time, and all these labels kept coming at him like, "Yo, who's next? We want to know who you got next." And lo and behold, that was Fred Mineo. Herbie and I speaking. He pointed to us, and Kid and Play was born.
I always wondered about that because I always wondered, okay, I knew Herbie managed you and Salt and Pepper, but who
Right.
came first? Because it had to be like, I got two girls,
Right.
so get a two-guy
Well, it was
group.
Salt and Pepper, but they were called Super Nature at first. They used to be signed to a Philly company called Pop Art out in Philly. But then some legal things started to happen. It was time for them to grow. And people had always hung on to a certain line in that record, which was the answer to Dougie Fresh's The Show. It was called The Showstopper.
Showstopper.
Right.
And there's a
Sandra
part in there
Dee.
where they say we're the Salt and Pepper MCs. And a lot of people didn't know their name, Super Nature. They would just say Salt and Pepper. And that's how that kind of
Yeah, if you go back, I mean, yeah, they were definitely first. I mean, we probably wouldn't be here, you know,
Y'all didn't
without.
work at Sears with them too, did you?
Of course,
Yeah, we were there
we were there.
first.
We were there
I was
first.
the first one to work there.
Got them the job.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we at one time. Did we? I don't know. If we all worked there at the same time.
Kinda. I
And
know I
Martin,
got
right?
fired
Well,
first.
no, Martin worked
In
at
the
the
gas
gas station
station.
across the street.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's
He
actually
front like he was
working
working at Sears with
Yeah,
y'all.
there was a
Right.
Hess gas
Right.
station across
He'd
the
fill
street.
up our tanks.
Yeah, Martin used to pump gas across the street.
But y'all
Wow.
knew him though.
Yeah.
Y'all
eventually-
would leave
yeah.
Sears, go over to the gas station, Martin be over there.
It was a
Yeah,
lot. There's so many 6 degrees of separation in our career and our journey. It like ain't even funny. You
Yeah,
know what
I mean, if
saying?
you go back and watch some early Salt and Pepper videos, you'll see us dancing in the
Shake Your
back.
Thing.
Yeah, we used to open
Was
for
y'all a
them.
tramp?
He was a
I was a
tramp.
You was a tramp?
Yeah, he was
You was a video thought early.
Oh man, that was a
They had to wear
beautiful time
tramp
in
across
life.
your
Boy.
face?
He was
That
a-
was when music
he was a
videos
himbo.
really meant something. When you was in a music video, you
you do from tramp.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Forget about it. I was winning. You know,
So now, how did y'all come up with all the dance steps? I mean, because the dance steps were legendary.
it was just part of the culture.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Nah,
It was a-
everybody
it was a-
had dance
Just
steps.
the
but
other
when
day
y'all had a dance step,
at my birthday party, Johnny Nunez, the photographer, he asked me and Envy, he's like, y'all do a picture of the Kid and Play together and then we're going to take a picture. I was like, Johnny.
G was like, I don't remember how to do that. I was like, I remember.
The Kid and Play is actually a remix though of the Funky Charleston.
Well, it's the Charleston with two people doing it in front of each
Yeah.
other in a way to explain it to somebody quickly. And,
Yeah.
you know, for dummies.
We
you
try
know?
we try to customize it to so that we could rock it, not having any idea that 20 some odd years later, you
They'd
know.
still be asking y'all.
But it's
Yeah,
interesting
people-
how things come out of stuff out of urgency, because when we first started going on the road, we weren't getting paid enough to bring the dancers that would dance for us, which one, again, 6 degrees of separation, we had girls named BAD, and one of those girls was Salt's sister that used to dance behind us. But we couldn't afford to bring them on the road, so we had to incorporate still the dance with the rap.
Right.
And another one of good groups that we worked with was a group called, Hi-Hat. Hi-Hat that now does stuff with Missy Elliott.
Yeah, she's like a major
She
choreographer.
gave us little things to do that we can whatever, and the dance kind of birthed out of that.
Remember,
as
dancers
well.
used to be just as popping as the artists too.
Mm-hmm.
Like Big Daddy Kane had his dances that he was doing on the road.
Yep.
Well, I'm working on a
Pee Wee Herman,
documentary now
Pee-wee's
called
Dance.
And I Dance, and it'll be out like at the end of this year, and it has every one of those
Chubb Rock had his
dancers that are in it, and then I got 2 of the original Soul Train dancers, but we all talk about that, how we came from low budget videos, how they came from low budget videos with us, Heavy D, Big Daddy Kane, on to dance with Madonna, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, all of that. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, people don't dance no more. Really.
No,
they don't.
They don't-
That's why they
They
love the
don't.
kick step, because it involves 2 people. Every other dance you can do by yourself, but this dance, it takes 2 friends.
Did
You know
y'all
what
have to
I'm saying?
stay in shape back then? Because I remember seeing y'all on Apollo, and y'all looked like y'all was doing stunts, like jumping over each
Backflipping,
other,
yeah,
sliding
like
on the
jumping through the
floor.
Man, that's what, we had a good budget then. Special
Oh, those-
effects and post-production.
Those thrilling days of yesteryear before.
Now we're sponsored by Just for Men, Then Gay,
Icy Hot.
Icy Hot.
But do you keep up with the dances that kids are doing today? Just
It's
to
tiring
know
just
how to
watching
do
them. It's
Because you
just-
guys are doing some shows now, so maybe
We dance. We it's part of our country. We can't even get the job unless we.
Man, we don't do that kid and play
dance.
dance. They'll burn the building down.
Do y'all be
Okay?
like doing the nay and stuff?
No.
We let the nay-nay do
No,
the
no on the
nay-nay.
nay-nay.
Big Daddy Kane still get busy.
Yeah, Big Daddy Kane still
Big Daddy
dance
Kane still do splits.
No, I-
We're
he
with
does.
them. You know, we do a lot
Yeah.
of shows with him. We see him, and we also see the icing and stuff backstage with him too. You know what I'm saying?
Who dance better, Salt and
that's
Pepper
not
right
true.
now or Kid and Play? you think,
Salt and Pepper
on tour?
doesn't do a lot of dancing. They have dancers in their show, so it's like they're slick with it. They get busy with it. They
They
get
get
ill
busy.
with it. They get ill. We all still get ill. We just do the more a little more modified.
Got to pick your spots.
When did y'all realize, like, man, Kid, Play, I might be old, man?
Oh, every morning when I wake up. I can't. You know what's trouble now? Forget dancing. Like having sex is like exercise. You know what I'm saying? Like the next day you're hurt and you thing. It's
What
like
are you doing in
You gotta
sex to
stop
make you
banging
I
feel
don't
young
know.
girls, kid.
No, then
Stop the 20-year-olds.
No,
Moved away from you.
I hit them AARP chicks. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no.
You get those notifications too?
Yeah, you know what I'm
I didn't know what that envelope meant one time, but I showed it to a friend of mine. And it was like, welcome to
publishers.
Senior
Get off.
Village.
Y'all not that old,
Yeah,
man.
right.
Stop it, man.
Now, what made you cut the high top?
You know what?
Because that was you.
Right.
That was confusing, too,
Right.
by the way.
Right.
Ain't gonna hurt nobody
In
video.
class
You show
act,
up with dreads.
in class
I'm like,
act.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
we were all
I always felt like you wanted to stay ahead of the curve. You know, people don't realize, like, when I first started rocking a high top, it wasn't initially popular. It was just, I just looked really odd, and people would, like, laugh at me in the streets. But I knew I was getting a reaction. So I was like, all right, let's just keep rocking it. At that time, it was tough and competitive coming out of the New York scene. So we needed every advantage. If that set us apart, like, oh, yeah, them 2 dudes, the light-skinned dude, dark-skinned dude with the
That was
the
when
high
they
top.
couldn't get our name straight. They used to call us Sid and Clay.
Yeah, right. So you know, it blew up obviously, and then it became a thing. But I never wanted to get stuck with it, so I wanted to move ahead. So when we were doing the movie Class Act,
We had a huge fight.
right. I decided that was the movie. I was not going to wear it anymore. I was going to wear it like twist dreads or what have you. And then Warner Brothers said, "We're going to sue you if you change your hairstyle."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they
It's
were
like-
mad because
They
we
could
didn't know
sue
that's
you.
what
They
they
can't
bought
sue you for
into
that,
was
Well,
the
they threatened.
image.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they're like-
they were upset, and I had to
what's the
take a
grounds of
stand.
that?
I'm like, oh, am I going to
No.
stand for my dude, or am I going to stand for
Right.
his
That
jet?
makes sense, though. That
They're
makes
like,
sense.
we bought
you,
It was a struggle, but no, that's my dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just don't answer the phone all the time. Don't return back messages. But it's like, if you corner me, I'm with him. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
we compromised. So I started in the movie with it, and
Yes,
then kind of went,
yeah.
and then that was '91, and I never looked back. So
You messed up a lot of dudes in the hood because dude who had high tops thought all they had to do was twist it and they would just fall and be
right,
dreadlocked.
no,
Soul glow.
that's called white mama. The hair just cascades down, lovingly. So.
Now, now since we're talking about the movies, House Party, what made y'all decide? Like, how did that even happen? Let's do a movie.
Wasn't that Jazzy Jeff and Fresh
Yeah, I heard
Prince?
that was
first?
Jazzy Jeff and
No,
Fresh Prince's part.
I was the one that gave that story, and somehow when you play that game, when you whisper in people's ear, it gets kind of misconstrued. What had happened was Reggie and Warrington Hudlin always wanted us to do the movie, and when it was their first movie, we'd run into them in the grand old days back then when they had the industry parties, the holiday parties. We'd run into them, and they'd always give us updates on, we're working on a movie with you guys. We got a big meeting with so and so. I didn't really believe them because it's like, who was Kid and Play to do a movie? And plus, after Run DMC just did Tougher Than Leather, I didn't see much of a future in it. So I was outvoted by him and Herbie. But anyway, they had a meeting with New Line Cinema. We went in there to do a
Yeah,
reading.
we just read and did some improv stuff, and
Right.
and to be honest, I thought
I did too.
Yeah, I thought we sucked,
We
and I was
bombed.
like, well, there goes that
Right.
movie stuff.
But they wanted to edge their bet, and I can understand that as business and say, let's get some people we can make sure it's a guarantee it'll be a hit. So they're thinking Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff. But Reggie and Warrington always wanted us. That was the deal. But what happened was when we left out of that reading,
Right.
we went downstairs. It was around lunchtime, and one of the VIPs came downstairs to walk us downstairs because he was leaving for lunch. Well, it was also lunchtime for kids in school, and we got mobbed because we were hits with our videos and our music. They, on the 20th floor, wasn't aware of that, and Warrington Hudlin had told us the story about that's what made that VIP see
Yeah, God
that.
work.
Went back upstairs and said, yo, we need to get these guys. But
Universe
that's how the
sees
story-
everything.
Plus, the backstory was Willenden was reluctant to take them up on it anyway because at the time, New Line Cinema was suing them for the record Nightmare on My Street because of their movies, Nightmare on Elm
Freddy.
Street.
Yeah. Right.
So
Right.
Willenden was like,
We ain't working
what?
with y'all.
Work with you and you suing us? You got to spend the money to defend
You know.
ourselves. So that's what
Yeah,
was
whatever
going
happened to Will Smith?
I know, right? I always wondered that. Now, you guys received a lot of great opportunities. I mean, y'all had a Saturday morning cartoon, the films. Did y'all receive all the benefits you should have? Did y'all cash out?
Yeah, we
You know, we cashed it.
we're
You know,
smiling, we're here,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? No
we
teeth
spent
missing.
some. You know,
Did y'all ever go broke? Did y'all ever lose it all?
had our moments, you know, you have your moments, but thank God for good representation. And later, if you wait, like some kid said to somebody, I said, "What is it? What did you guys do? What does it take to come back again?" And he said, "Just stay alive." Right. But with that going on, it's like you get the residual checks. You get things are good.
But the reason I asked that because it was early on, and that was before hip hop was like real commercially
Right,
successful.
right.
So y'all were kind of like the first. So did y'all know to having the contracts, back end pay? And
Yeah, I mean, you know, as we did more, we did better. You know, you'd be quite surprised at what we made for the first house party. But
how much?
oh man,
4,000 a piece.
Well, we were able to supersize it at McDonald's. We'll put it that way.
yeah, I made.
No,
I
it
made,
wasn't that bad. It wasn't
No,
that
I made
bad. It was good.
$30,000 for the first house party, but they didn't have an option on us.
Oh wow, I feel kind of bad.
Huh?
You made more than him?
I got 60.
Really?
There you go.
That's,
Dark-skinned
that,
rapper.
wait, that's
Dark-skinned rapper.
impossible. First of all, that's impossible. First of all, that's impossible. That's impossible. But they didn't have an option on us for the second one. So, you know, we got to stick them up. And then, you know,
Right.
later on, you do movies with Warner Brothers.
Stick 'em up,
You know, it
stick
gets
'em.
better and
Stick
better.
'em.
And, you know, the touring was hot. And like you said, these other things, the comic book and the cartoon and the Sprite commercials and stuff like that. So,
Well, I mean, and we were investors too because at the time, you know, I opened up myself and Dana Dane Foreplay. You know, I was the first one was getting into fashions and stuff like that. Custom
leather.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I did stuff for Salt and Pepper, the Salt and Pepper Pusher Jacket, stuff for us, stuff for Big Daddy Kane, Heavy D, Michael Jordan, all of that. And then I had barbershops. So it's like, and remember, well, I didn't tell you that part. I got kicked out of 5 schools. So there's a price to pay for that.
you just went by that real quick. Huh? You know, I got kicked out of 5 schools.
What school? High school? Elementary schools?
High School of Art and Design, Flushing High School, Jamaica High School, Hillcrest High School, and I ended up getting my GED at Satellite Academy on
What you
Hillside.
get kicked out for?
Dude, you don't want to know what this dude was doing. This
What was he
dude,
doing?
yo, he was the original Young Thug.
Now that's interesting because y'all guys didn't talk about that type of stuff in your music. I
Not
don't think
at
y'all
all.
ever busted
It's
a
very
gun out
positive.
song.
I mean,
ever
you
sung
do
it.
Well, I had none of that in my life. I was a
you
nerd.
do what works. You know, you see what people are gravitating to, and it's like, oh, she likes that. You know, oh, they like that. Let's do that.
Why
if it ain't
wasn't it
broke, don't
necessary
fix
to
it.
rap about the street then?
What we did when we went into like
I knew
Face the
nothing about the
Nation-
street. Women like when you crack a book every now and then too. You know?
Well, you know what? How I can sum this up? The perfect movie to just sum it up is Class Act.
Class Act.
Right.
That's the perfect
Yeah, that's exactly
movie
what
to
it
just
was.
and that's why we did it.
Gotcha.
That's the movie right there that just
Yeah.
sums it. Because I was always intrigued. Like when I used to go hang out at his house, and I would talk him into cutting school. And I hang out at his house late in the evening. What's your show that you used to
Jeopardy.
love? Jeopardy. This guy knew the answers to the
every
questions.
question?
And I'm looking at him like, who the heck am I hanging out with? But I'm intrigued, and I said, if I can mix this up with my street knowledge, I could be unstoppable. And I think he does.
And and if he gives me a little street cred, maybe I can stop being a virgin.
It's like,
You know what I'm saying?
Street
I was desperate.
Did you bust your gun play? You used to bust your gun?
No, I didn't have to take it that far, but it was a couple of close
Oh,
calls.
he show it. He was show. He'll show. He was showing.
It was nothing. It was not. Well, the thing about it is, you want to make sure you don't have to go that far with it. But it's nothing I'm proud of, man. My heroes. We didn't have what we had today. My heroes was Fat Cat, Pappy Mason, Alpo.
hustlers.
These cats I obsessed with. I wanted to be under the same roof with them. The places like Laces. Yeah, well, they could have went there. I went there for another reason, but that's another story.
Thankfully,
You got a lot of
I'm
other
saying?
stories.
our lives took a
But that's probably
different
part of
toll.
what made you so into fashion, also.
Well, I mean, yes, exactly. That era,
Hanging
it
around
was
them.
just
So
always
you
big
worked
for
with
me. so
Dapper Dan, right?
that was where we did the salt and pepper jackets. And
Can
I
you
didn't
give
have
me
my
a leather
store at the
8-ball
time.
jacket? Seriously.
We don't. They
They don't
ball.
do
That's
that no
whack,
more. They still got
man.
8-ball jacket. You go to Delancey, get one.
Yeah,
Word?
I'll do you something.
Delancey.
I'll do you something
They still got
custom because me
Delancey.
and Dap we've reconnected, so it's a beautiful thing.
When
That's
did
my
you lose your
dude.
virginity though? You said you.
When I was a junior in high school, I was like 17.
I was too. That's
You know what I'm
rare.
saying? I mean, but I had big thick glasses. I had
I
a
thought you were
huge.
going to say something else.
I had a huge afro.
You just
I
have,
never got to use.
you just have to watch the movie Class Act. That's
Look,
it.
I
right
was getting no play, but
Excuse the
then
pun.
That sounded crazy.
then it
I, had,
then
I wasn't getting no play. I was a virgin.
I had those welding.
When I got with play, I lost my virginity. What?
Yeah, let's reword that.
I know, I
though.
put that wrong.
Let's rework that.
What got you
Right.
into religion? Because you went right to religion. Was it that bad, or what was?
Well, I
around
went
that-
through a real. I mean, when you go to a point in life where you've gotten everything you wanted to get, thinking you're going to be happy, model, actress, wife. Yeah, I could be a husband of Hollywood.
You married Lisa
Wanted-
McDowell.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say the wrong name, but I forgot that was her character.
Lisa McDowell.
But you marry a.
Yes, he married Lisa McDowell.
Yeah, or Mimi from All My Children. That was her character.
Now,
I
we know
married.
Lisa.
We know Lisa
McDowell.
McDowell.
Okay, I got you. But anyway, with that and just getting everything, I mean, we did it all, got it all, but still not happy, and get to a point where it's like you just lose the passion.
I was happy. I was too happy.
Yeah,
that
it
was my
was.
problem.
So it just
I
got
was
to a
too
dark
happy.
place, and I had a praying grandmother and a praying father, and I'm like, okay, let me check out this cat named JC. And my life has just never been the same. I've never been more happier than like now. Well, I mean, we're in a great place. We're traveling, touring, talks of other stuff going on, but I'm not going to do it unless Jesus is with me. I'm not going to do it.
When did you bag Lisa McDowell? Because Jesus been shining his light on you for a long time, my brother.
But why did you put the pervert voice?
I know boys got low.
Lisa's legendary as far as like just growing up, looking at fly chicks. Like, wow.
It's a dime piece.
Lisa impressed me. Lisa, you got me calling her Lisa.
That's what they would do. They would call each other their names.
I'm
their
Blake
stage
Brown.
names.
I'm Blake Brown, and she's Lisa.
You know, Blake Brown dating Lisa McDowell.
She impressed me the first time I met her because we was at some kind of benefit. She was with another guy.
Oh.
I'm being play. I'm rolling up on basically, come home with me.
No shame.
And her thing was, I want to, but what would you think of me if I was to leave this dude to come home with you? And I'll never forget that. I was like, wow, that's character. And then fast forward.
Then you went with him anyway.
Yeah, no. But fast forward years later, we're at the Jacob Javits Center where they're having what's the Black Expose that was going on. We got caught
Black Expo.
Black Expo.
Black
We
Expo,
got
yeah.
caught up in the cross colors Carl Kanai booth because they were rioting, wolf packs and stuff. And to make a long story short, I just let her know at that time I wasn't that dude. I wasn't interested in one night flings or whatever. She was in that place, and one thing led to another, and we're divorced.
Why'd y'all get divorced if you don't mind me asking?
I can't get into her, but I can only speak for myself. I didn't know who I was at the time. Play married her.
You didn't know who she was either because you kept calling her Lisa.
Yeah, well, you keep calling her Lisa. I was Play. When Play was born at the age of 18, Christopher Martin stopped growing at 18. When Play died at around 36, close to the 40s, Christopher Martin returned. But within that time, there was some damage and things, you do as Play. You do as you think you are as an entertainer.
Look, marriage is tough. Without.
You went through it. We
Oh yeah, I'm divorced too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happily divorced. Right?
Damn.
Happily
Yeah, I
divorced.
was only married 2.5 years though, but it felt like 12 years a
You
slave.
did 1 year
Why was
better
it so
than me.
bad?
No, you know what it was? Actually, my ex-wife, she was great, but I think my personal opinion is I think I waited so long to get married. I didn't get married till I was 40. I think I waited too long because
So
I
habits?
didn't know how to live with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I got to come home every night. What's going on? Like really? No likey. No likey.
That's pretty much in the small print.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's and this life is tough on a marriage. People think like it's very easy, and there are some advantages and benefits to it, but you know, you're doing stuff, and you're not always doing stuff together. Right. So, you know, we just did the old school Manhattans. We just kissed and say goodbye.
So you feel like you wouldn't get married again now?
Oh, I want to.
I would never say never. I mean,
he's doing good because it was when you just come out of a divorce, you're a part of the woman's haters club. You know what I'm saying? And I went through that, and he went through it later. So when I would bring it up to him, no woman, he was calling women out of their names. I'll never get married, this and that. So for him to say what he just now said, that's. Oh no,
I got divorced in 2007. So I mean, I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't rule anything out. You know what I mean?
Why get remarried at this age, though?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, at some point when I need somebody to wipe my ass,
I'm a giver.
I'm gonna need somebody to wipe my ass in about 15 years. So you know that. But, you know what I'm saying?
First time having sex, getting wiped.
Yeah, we had beef with Vanilla Ice.
We did? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we never cooked
him
that beef.
and Luke
though.
and a couple others.
Yeah.
All in the same thing. It was all in the same album, Face the Nation.
Yeah. I mean, back then it was just like, I don't know, Vanilla Ice. I mean, who we tour with now, and you know who's actually very cool. But at the time, you know that
mistaken for each other.
No. You know what it was? You know, Vanilla Ice came out with that dancing. You know, Vanilla Ice came out with himself dancing, right? And I think he viewed us as kind of the dance standard. So he had a line in one of his songs says, you know, something, I can dance better than any kid or play. Right. You know, I'm like, hey, you can't let the white dude do this.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Cosby Show.
Yeah. Challenge. Right, exactly. Challenge.
And we went to his premiere. We was probably the only guys who came to his, from the rap community, went to his movie premiere.
Yeah. Cool as ice.
Yeah, he was crazy thankful. Like,
y'all went because y'all wanted to go because y'all tried to press him.
I went there for women. That's the only reason why I went anyway. Is that where the girls gonna be at? I'm there.
The beef with Luke was funnier though.
Because, I was gonna say, what was up with Luke?
This
Luke a gangster on the low.
We were innocent bystanders.
Right. Yeah,
because it was something that happened on BET. There was an interview where Salt and Pepper or Salt had said something about, you know, I guess the whole thing with women and all that kind of stuff, and we were in the same shot as it.
Right, we weren't defending him. We just on the back goofing on.
There.
So he made some record about us, and then we were like, so you know, whipped up something about him. No, he was talking about us. Mm-hmm. So we hit him back with this song called Next Question,
and that was produced by Pete Rock, right?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So then we hit them with this joint Next Question, you know, tap him up a little bit, something like that, and then his next record after that was called, I'm gonna try to clean it up. It was called P Ass Kid and Ho Ass Play.
That's pretty much true.
Right.
Pretty much true for me.
So I was like, yo, we gotta squash this because we don't even curse. I can't make a record after that. So we squashed it, and you know, we all laugh about it now. You know, Lucas chill.
Why is Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody not on iTunes?
It's not.
It's not.
No. Only thing on iTunes is the 2 Hype album.
Oh, it should be.
I bought it. Yeah,
that's our favorite Kid and Play record.
That's my favorite Kid and Play record.
Yeah, I appreciate that tweet you put out. Because a couple of people came in and said, "Yeah, what'd you think of what Charlamagne?" I'm like, "Oh man, what did he say?" You know what and they're like, "No, he likes y'all." I'm like, "He does." And then I speak to Kid, and Kid is like, "No, me and Charlamagne is cool." I'm like, "Oh man, I didn't know."
Come on, man, we grew up on.
I'm in hiding, so it's like I don't even know.
But I watch y'all. You know, I watch y'all online, especially if I hear, you know, y'all get, you know, I mean, you get all the big interviews anyway. But
thank God.
We got y'all.
Well, thank you.
That's why I said,
but I always watch it. You know, I try to watch as much as I can, and you know, and as much as not so much like the dances, but just kind of stay down with what's going on in hip hop because you know we still love it.
You know what's crazy though? The interviews with guys like y'all do great. Because I think that people, you know, they thirst for that nostalgia, and a lot of these kids want to know.
Yeah.
Because these new guys are repping the old.
Well, it's amazing the people we run into, you know, that do the salute or whatever the case may be. Really thankful, and I can remember a time when we were the young ones, and I'd meet our heroes and stuff, and it's so funny. Like kids said, you just got to stay alive. But it's amazing, it's still to this day to see cats like Fabulous and Chris Brown do the kick step in the video, and all these people doing that. Even Jay-Z and Picasso doing the kick step. I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? That's
Meek
powerful.
Mill.
Exactly. He loves house party.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I end up seeing a lot of people, a lot of the young rappers out in L.A. Just kind of at the spots sometimes. And they always show love. The Drakes and guys like that. And I think we just tell them, hey man, y'all are in the lead right now. Y'all got the football. what do what you gonna do with it? You gonna do something? Are they gonna be talking about you 25 years from now? I mean, we already here. There's nothing we can. You know what I'm saying? We're already chairman of emeritus.
And there's quite a few cats I really love out there. Like you got Dave East, like he's a beast.
Right.
Of course J. Cole. You got Dreamville on, and
he's
Kendrick
trying to keep
Lamar.
the legacy of light skinned guys alive.
Hey, you know what? I got to rep. I got to rep. I'm repping for Envy. I'm repping for Drizzy. I'm repping. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I got this new song coming out soon. I'm gonna get Drake on it. J. Cole. We gonna call it Beige.
But you know what? Before we go any further, I want to give a shout out to a guy y'all are going to be hearing about real soon. He's getting mad numbers, likes, all that kind of. His name is Henny Savant.
Henny Savant.
I'm telling you, he's out of Atlanta right now, but he's originally out of Philly. But he's a brilliant producer, rapper, the whole 9 yards. So I just wanted to shout out to.
Are you affiliated with him somehow?
Well, I was, but I got a lot going on. Like I said, with me with documentaries, I do a lot of speaking engagements. I'm still teaching. I was teaching at FAMU and North Carolina Central University with Ninth Wonder and all of that. And so it's kind of busy. That's kid still does his thing in the industry.
Yeah. I've been working with CL Smooth.
Really?
Yeah.
On music?
Yeah.
What else would it be?
Yeah. No, cooking recipes. CL and I are gonna have a cooking show.
You said on
A
music.
lot of dudes in hip hop doing different things.
That's true.
CL and I and another producer named Key. We over the last year and a half or so been recording a bunch of new stuff, and it sounds really dope and different. Not as you would remember him, because we're just kind of broadening him. I like to working with Lil Jay's daughter as well down in Houston. So
this isn't new for Kid. I mean, Kid's been doing this for a minute. A lot of people don't know he did the theme for Bill Maher's show.
Right.
He did
that.
Martin's
Really?
theme.
Yeah.
Did
and
Martin. Then also too, Let's Talk About Sex. That's him singing on it. You know what I'm saying, with Salt and Pepper. So a lot of the right. I was the fashion guy. I was the guy that made sure everybody looked straight. Worked on the album covers, video concepts. But this isn't nothing new to him. He's been doing this for a minute.
You still get crazy residuals off Martin then, because Martin's in syndication crazy.
On.
Yeah, that's done well.
Right.
That's done well. But mainly it was about making a good song for a friend of mine. It was that case with Martin. Back then we were super tight, and it was with Bill Maher as well. I was just like, yo, man, you don't want no corny, theme song.
We always had like a team, because he did the music, and I just remembered the whole Def Jam comedy. The first six episodes Martin did, those were my gear.
Yeah.
I designed all of those
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't feel like that relationship's explored enough, the relationship between y'all and Martin.
Well, I told you there's a lot of 6 degrees of separation if we wanted to go deep. But yeah, I mean, Martin, man, the first tour that we ever he went on was with us. We took him out on tour with us. Same thing, first tour that Kid Capri ever did was with Kid and Play. A lot of people don't know that.
That's right. Speaking of light skin.
Yeah,
y'all first met Martin at the gas station?
Martin, kind of, sort of, but who knew what it was going to be? You just like a person and knew a person because that's who you'd see every day.
And then we ran back into him because he was in House Party. And then that was
what happened was Kid went out to kind of advance and work on whatever needed to be worked on with House Party before I did, because I was still wrapped up with my shop Foreplay. But Kid would get back at me and say, yo, man, I saw some of the auditions, or we auditioned this person. Trust me on this one. He did it like that with Martin, and he did it like that with
Bernie Mac.
With Chris Tucker.
Oh, with Chris Tucker, that's right.
Because Chris Tucker plays the pimp in House Party 3.
We totally discovered Chris Tucker.
Yeah. Same time, man. Same time. I don't know you, man. Same time.
No, you know what? I actually had dinner with Martin maybe it was a couple years ago. So you got to call somebody. Like somebody calls you and tells you Martin is about to call you. Okay, that's how it rocks.
Citizen Kane.
Even
Right.
now?
Yeah. Well, and I tell you who it is. It's if you watch Martin.
Yeah.
Nipsey.
The boxer.
Nipsey and the bar owner.
Oh, him. I thought it was his the boxer guy.
No,
He
that's
calls
Kenny.
you to tell you that Martin's gonna call you?
Yeah. He said, yo, man, Martin want to holler at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I said, yeah, tell him to call me. So he says, Martin wants you to come up to the house to have dinner. So I was like, okay, I figured, this is like a dinner party. I'll go up there. So we go up top of the hill. And it's just me and him, having dinner at some big table. Yeah, I mean,
but imagine a long table and you're in one end and the other, and you say something, you got to get up and walk all over and say something.
Yeah,
and come back,
but it was a chance for us to kind of catch up and say, hey, man, you know what? People get away from each other, but there's always mad love.
Isn't it crazy? In this era, you got to say pause for stuff like that. But one of the greatest scenes in TV history is you and Shanae
That's right.
Forever Sinead.
That's
about
right.
to get it in.
That's
you know how
right.
many guys
About
wouldn't
to
even
get it
think
in.
of doing that now? They're like, I ain't doing that.
Right.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. You know what? That was part of our friendship. You know, that was Martin coming. He came. I was staying at the hotel in LA. He came by, and he had the pilot, the first episode. He said, "Yo, I want to show you my pilot." I said, "Yeah." So we watch it. Then he says, "Oh, yo, I want you to be on the show." So we like, "Oh yeah, of course I'll be on the show." So we just started throwing around some ideas right now at that time, and the guy who ended up writing it was there as well, Bentley Evans. And so Forever My Lady was out. So he said, "All right, well let's just figure it out. Let's have Kid date Sinead." So then we just kind of put it on its feet, and that was just, and you know, we said Forever Sinead. I'm good with, you know, that's Forever My Lady, Forever Sinead. And then a week later, the script shows up at my doorstep. And then, you know, we just did it, you know, and it's, you know, thankfully it's become one of the more memorable episodes, you know what I'm saying? But I did not kiss that man.
How many shows a week do you do, or a month do you guys do?
Well, right now you're looking at definitely every weekend.
That's good.
For the most part. And the way it used to be is you would like rock out from Thursday to Sunday. So it's more like maybe, I don't know. It's really interesting. It's sporadic, but a lot.
You know what it is?
A lot.
This I Love the 90s tour has just kind of picked up a lot of momentum. You know, maybe it started with like 15, 20 dates, but they're up to like 30 or 35 now.
Salt and Pepper's on
Salt and
it.
Pepper's on
Salt
it.
and Pepper, Raw Bass,
some of
Tone
them,
Loc is some of them, Color Me Bad is some of them, All for
Vanilla
One
Ice is on some of them.
Vanilla Ice is some of them. So it rotates, but we're probably the most consistent, but Salt and Pepper is the headliners.
Yeah,
When y'all worked at Sears, did y'all ever discuss what the future would be? Like you two and Salt?
We were trying not
No.
to get fired, you know, because we were telephone sales representatives. If you bought a refrigerator from Sears and we noticed you didn't buy a contract or an insurance to cover it, you want to get a phone call from one of us asking, would you be interested in buying the thing? So you had to keep up. You had leads. It was a stack of leads. If you didn't meet your quota, it was a thing we called whips and chains. His name was Tom Ranelli. I know it was Mr. Ranelli. And he'd call you in the office, and the blinds would be open. So all of us is out. It'd be just like this, all of our phones. And if he close those blinds,
That's it.
you get ready to get fired. Whips and
Dunzo.
chains. But at the time, you know, we were mostly like dreamers because it was about getting our paycheck and going to the club that night, you know, whether it be Bentley's or whatever what clubs was that was happening then.
Bentley's, Silver Shadow.
The Bentleys you get probably, I took a very attractive young lady there. They let her, wanted to let her, and they wouldn't let me in. And I swore I'd come back and buy the club and not fire that guy and make his life horrible. You know what I'm saying?
Would she still go in without you?
No, she didn't. She didn't do that. She's a good girl.
She didn't dare.
Lisa didn't go in.
Yeah, no cockroach
McDowell.
steal.
Lisa McDowell didn't go in.
So did y'all rap amongst each other, like anything?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
definitely.
you know, it was
Sears Cypher.
our neighborhood was a very creative kind of neighborhood. I mean, Eric B is from our neighborhood.
Yes, we
the
grew
Beat
up with
Nuts are
him.
from our neighborhood.
Grew up.
The world famous Supreme Team back in the days, one of them cats was from our neighborhood.
Kwame.
G-Rap is from our neighborhood. You know,
Yeah.
Kwame. So it was like a real.
G-Rap, all of that. And then a lot of people hung around in our neighborhood. Like after we finished a show in Jersey and especially in Philly, we'd all meet at the Buccaneer Diner on Astoria Boulevard, and Kane would come meet us there, Bismarcky, and Cheeseburger Deluxe. And if you had a really good night, surf and turf, you know. So
Stuff like that just doesn't seem like it happens.
That doesn't
anymore
happen.
at all.
No, man. It's
nah.
like it's almost like some outlier stuff. Like all of that greatness was hanging around each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even with the Supreme Team. I mean, they was drug dealers, but they were the best
Well, I
drug
mean, the
dealers.
place-
No,
Places to be, as
not
you
that
know.
one.
Not
No.
the from Southside.
Buffalo gal go around the outside.
Yeah,
around the
yeah,
outside.
yeah.
That's a Supreme
But
Team.
the clubs was the Latin Quarter, the World. What are the other clubs we used to frequent?
We used to go to
USA Roller Skating
yeah, we
Rink.
saw-
Shout out to Baby J.
We used to go to Danceteria. You know, we used to go to the Garage. You know, back in the day, sometimes we would go because they had Friday night was a straight night and Saturday night was a gay night. So sometimes playing night we would go on gay night because we're not
He's
gay.
like, wait a minute.
Because we're not gay.
He's like,
And
no,
all those, No, but listen. Let it play out. Let it play out.
Please
Okay.
let it play out because I'm like,
All right, well, thank you so much for being here.
Wait. On Friday night, there's a bunch of hetero straight guys there that we got to compete with, right?
Yeah.
On Saturday is hot broads and gay dudes. The whole thing
Hopefully
opened up.
those were hot
Yeah,
broads.
they're super hot. Same chicks, but they hanging
You
out with
remind
gay
me of that
dudes.
scene from Woo
Wait,
where my
wait.
man didn't know he was dancing with.
But then there's that realization, like you dance with a girl and she thinks you're gay, and then you go like, I ain't gay.
That's what I'm saying. Was everybody else at the party aware of y'all big plan that y'all was there for the girls?
Oh no, but we weren't even famous then though. We weren't.
We used that website I was looking at earlier. Remember that website I was looking at earlier?
Hit it.
Yeah, I seen the website.
Good now you just a good segue.
There was a time when he hung out tough with Grand Poobah. Maybe it was during that.
I
don't know what that.
Shout out to Grand Poobah.
Yeah, big shout out.
This morning it says Kid and Play getting married and they're coming out the closet.
Oh yeah.
man.
Oh yeah. That was I think the
I
Onion
was
did that.
so ambivalent with that. I was like, okay, do you respond to this or you probably just keep it out?
I thought it was funny.
And I did too. After a while, I'm like, you know what? And then there's a girl that I'm seeing, and she's like, do you have something you need to tell me? And I'm like, what? And she said, you talk to me about it. And then some guy came and showed her that, and I'm like,
Right.
They thought we were changing.
you for
They
real?
thought we were changing the name of the group to Kid in Play.
Kid in Play.
oh
That would have
my
been an
God.
amazing movie. Remember that movie they did? What was it, Larry and Ed or
Oh,
something like
yeah,
that?
Yeah, that was
yeah.
a movie with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
what you call
Imagine
it?
Kid
Yeah.
and Play getting married.
Oh man.
Well, they were at the club on Saturday night, so.
Hey.
Now, you know what? I'm sorry I told that story.
I have a feeling we're gonna be real sorry.
I know.
And then you got people who edit things. And
Yeah, I
all
think that
kind
thing's
of
gonna
stuff
pop back
like
up
that.
again.
Yeah, it's like,
Told you.
Remember that time we went to the gay club?
Somebody need to write
well,
that
I'm
script.
glad we have it on Periscope. So whatever, I got it on
Write that
control.
script. We call it Ass Act.
Oh, come on.
Well, we appreciate you guys for joining
And we're
us.
House Party
Very much-
69.
Would you cut it out?
He's like, enough.
He's like, all right, enough now. Enough's enough.
And we're looking forward to the Breakfast Club House Party Pajama Jammy Jam.
Yo, yeah. I mean, we just celebrated last year the 25th anniversary of House Party, and we want to show love and thank everybody for the great time we had with that. And now we can celebrate the 25th anniversary of House Party 2, then after that 3, and then
Right.
Class Act and all of that. But I want to show love to my son, man. Big up to Chris and his Getting Minds organization. He said I got to shout him out, and I'm proud of him. I support my other son, Skylar, with Lisa McDowell, and and so forth and so on. But
Yo,
Getting Minds.
Shout out to my 3 kids and 2 baby mamas. And shout out to Kid and Blaze. It's the new venture that I'm in.
That
Not
sounds like
play.
weed. That sounds
Pretty
like
much,
weed.
yeah, pretty much
Yeah,
self-explanatory.
yeah.
man.
I've been living in California a long time and hanging out with Bill Maher. So you know, we're that's the
That's right. I see y'all smoked a lot of weed together.
we did that. We definitely
love
did
it.
that.
When I
I bet you
met
that's
Bill,
a-
he said,
a
"Oh,
very
you're the one I
interesting
take
guy to
over
have
for when you're not
conversations
around."
with.
So
He
it's
like-
Kid and Play, Kid and
He's definitely
Bill.
the smartest dude that I know, and
yeah.
but he's he's been like a great friend. I mean he's a great friend, like he's a great friend. So like in the clutch, like
Right.
stay in my guest house while you figure out if you're gonna get a divorce or not. You know what I'm saying?
Why didn't you
Type
warn him
stuff.
about Superhead? Did you not
Man,
tell him,
We were
like,
just
bro,
talking about that.
Bruh. Bro, we used to double date. My ex-wife and I used to double date with Corinne and Bill. And they had a thing.
Did he know who she was? Did you
Yeah, he knew.
aware.
He knew. I don't. He knew.
But now isn't that a Columbus
He
Short
knew. He
situation
knew.
now?
Yeah,
Columbus.
yeah,
is-
he knew.
I guess
isn't
she
she
lives up
Mrs.
to
Short?
her name. And
When did he know,
probably-
and when did he know it? The inquiring minds
News at
wanna
11.
know. Yeah, but they hung out. They were together for a hot second. But then like all good things must come to an end and pave the way for Columbus Short.
Yeah.
Right?
I wonder, last question. Did you get Lisa before or after coming to America?
Really into Lisa.
It was after.
It was after.
It was
Was
after.
she hard to get back in? Oh, yeah, you said she was.
No. I mean,
It's a
we
nice
were
celebrity
good. We
couple.
were good friends, real good friends, and we thought, what else could make it better than 2 great friends getting married?
Right.
But I went through a change, and I didn't want to be play anymore, and I think that wasn't part of the deal. You know?
Yo,
what
this
I'm saying?
dude, he was badass back in the days. He used to date old girl from In Vogue too. He was
Don?
Which
dope.
one?
No.
Cindy?
Yes.
Cindy was
Damn,
popping. She was in
play.
Juice.
Yes.
Wow.
This dude.
Okay,
This-
I see you.
This dude was my idol.
He got was.
This
Yes,
dude was my
take it
idol.
from
He
him,
used to be
bro.
one of those strong stallion horses. Now he's like one of them. Now he's like one of them horses in Central Park.
Out the stud.
Now he's like one of them horses in Central Park.
Are you one of them guys?
Headed to the glue factory.
Clay, you one of them guys be watching VH1 Soul and be like, yeah, I used to hit that. I used to hit that.
He's singing Ray J.
There are commercials, there are movies, there are television shows where I'm like, wow, life was good.
Every time he hears "Hold On," he rubs one out.
Oh my goodness. It's the Breakfast Club. It's Kid and Play.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in